Hey there, welcome to a special first YouTube edition of AFK with Dangergrey. I'm your host, Danger, or Autolycus, as you might know me from the games where you might know me from. Today, I wanted to talk about the hero swap. This is what I think is once in a lifetime opportunity for us to make some serious decisions about our accounts. If you haven't seen my show before, we are entering our 7th week of streaming on Twitch at Dangergrey. I am an entirely free-to-play player, so resources are kind of my thing. I spent a lot of time thinking about what I want to do with them. Been playing a little over 3 years. I am in the very end of chapter 46. Let's take a look at my heroes. So, I have it sorted by engrave. I think that the best way that we can use this opportunity we're being given is to reset any resources that you maybe have spent in a way where you maybe wish you hadn't. I know that there's been a lot of talk about ways to turn Wukong or Flora into a hero that you really wish you had, especially some of the newer heroes like Vithael or Kanissa and Rook are two really great options that a lot of people have been thinking about or swapping for. And I'm not going to talk about necessarily all the different options and which ones are the best because you've probably seen that. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I've been thinking about doing and maybe let that aid you in the decisions that you're trying to make. So my first thought was to use this thing. As I said, it's an opportunity I don't think we're ever going to get again. A lot of people are saying, oh, maybe this would be great to get it every year. You know, it's the Annie, like, oh my gosh, I would love to, every year we're going to be able to reset everything. And like, this is going to be so cool, man. I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get this opportunity from Lilith again. I certainly wouldn't count on it. I think that the best chance we've got is to treat this like it is your one-time reset. So I'm going to start with the things that I see all the time as a guild leader. I see applications literally 3, 4, 5 times a day of players that have pushed Lucius to E80 or beyond. And I know you guys are out there. You people that have invested in Shamira, right? Not your fault. She was really great at first. I loved Lucius. They're not helping us anymore. I think that the best opportunity for people with this, as I said, once in a career opportunity, is going to be swapping out resources that you've misspent. Before you could engrave 4F heroes, but we had engravings. I think I put my engravings into Aziz. I've been really proud of my fully ascended, single-starred, original Aziz. He's a badass. He's been at E62 for at least 2 years. I don't need him anymore. I think that I get slightly better numbers from having him where he is than I would get if I had a mythic Aziz at 20 SI, which is what I have on my alt. Dangergrey is also entirely free to play and at the end of chapter 40. Haven't pushed campaign on either of them in quite some time. But I don't think that there is a major difference that I see in any event that I take on. If there is, I could rebuild him. So I think that I'm going to take advantage of the opportunity to reset him. The other thought that I had as far as heroes to reset is Flora, because what do I need Flora for? I mean, kind of Wukong, but not really, because I mean, as a free player, I don't have that many copies of him. I just don't. I started a year later than most players did. I started in the beginning of 2020 and got serious in the summer of 2020. So my Wukong, he's not even close to Ascended. Here, let's look. There you go. My other thought of a hero to exchange was Flora. I think that the exchange hero is going to be Aziz. I before we knew if we could do Celestials for Hypogeans or not, I was thinking maybe I'd do Flora for Orthros, because Orthros is honestly one of the heroes I need the most as far as heroes I don't have. All the time I want to pull for Orthros, but I always stop myself because Challenger Store, right? If I get Orthros, if I pull for Orthros from Stargazer, what is my Challenger Store ever even going to be for, right? I guess like dimensional exchanges, maybe. There's a video I'm making coming up about the exchange where I'll talk to you about all the different ways to not spend Challenger points for all of you who do have things you need Challenger points or coins for. As you can see, I'm still an Athalia away from Ascended Athalia. Having decided that Aziz is probably my swap hero, I think I'm going to swap Aziz for K'Nissa and Rook. This is probably the best choice for me. It's the hero that I was probably going to build next. As you can see, I'm currently working on Vithael. Love Giga Chad, right? Excited to have him built. I think he's a lot of fun. His phrases are some of my favorite in the game. I love his story. If you haven't read it, you have to. We love lore on my show. I stream 4 times a week. There's a subscribers only Discord where we've already got a really hoppin' lore channel, and it opened on Sunday, so we've had it for 3 days now. Originally thinking the thing I can make this work for me the best was Aziz for K'Nissa and Rook. As soon as it became a reality, we knew this was happening. I started thinking, my favorite character is Khazard. I've been wanting to build a Khazard since I first read his story. He's my favorite hero. I talk about it all the time on the show. He's just got the coolest lore, man. I love reading his story. I think we've been going for 7 weeks and I've read it 3 times already at various points. It's the way that the darkness beckons to him and he hears it and embraces it and wants more. When Furniture first came out, I don't know that I had enough Ascended Heroes to even fill up 10 on a wish list. But I do know that the oldest pieces of furniture that I possess, still anyway, of my storeroom are by far these 3. I've had these 3 since a couple months into furniture existing. 1, 2, 3. Thinking that someday I would build him. We're at least 2 years later now. It's never happened. It would be awesome for me to get to build him. It may never happen. If I don't take advantage of it now, it honestly might never. But do I need him? And especially as someone who's fairly competitive in the free-to-play endgame, am I ever going to be able to justify that time? To me, this event seems like a perfect opportunity to take advantage of that. You know, I thought I knew where this was going, and I'm starting to talk myself back into it. That's kind of the point, though. I wanted to talk about the different things I've been considering since we found out this was a reality, to help you think about things that you could do. If you haven't made that choice yet, you're probably pondering some things. An important thing to look at is investment level. It's another thing that counts against Orthros. Something I don't need from my Orthros is E60 9F 30 SI. I don't need it. That's not the optimal build point for Orthros. And if you look at my heroes, especially as a free player, or a low spender. Low spenders and I have pretty much the exact same breakpoints that we're going to try and hit on things, right? I mean, everyone plays a little differently. It's what makes this game so wonderful. But if you look at my heroes, I'm built to breakpoints. If you look at all of my heroes, I only have 10 heroes to E60 in 3 years. It's a big deal. Another hero that I briefly thought about resetting was Haelus, because we don't see that much use of him anymore compared to what he used to be. We're having a lot of heroes come in and stand in the place where you used to see Haelus as like a mainstay, right? He had a big year. Haelus was huge for a year. But also, his kit's so unique, he's not going anywhere. He's always going to be an important build in the, second tier, third tier of Celestial heroes. So Haelus, I'm going to keep him. Aziz, it just makes sense. Been meaning to do that. Oh, it's pretty. It's going to be hard to part with him. But if I need him, I can get him again. And I'll know at that point that I definitely want him. if I were to build him back to this point. I think the best use of this swap is going to be to reset heroes that you know you don't need where they are. That's going to be your E80 Lucius, your E6080 Shamira, E6080 anybody. Shoot, it could be an E60 Entendre. Remember when that was a thing everybody wanted? A little part of me wants to reset my E30 something Aster. What did I build her for again? Man, was I excited about it. She was everything I wanted until pretty much the day I finished her. That was about when she phased out. It's always gonna happen. There's always gonna be another hero around the corner. That's why thinking about the uniqueness of a hero's kit is so important when you're thinking about investments. And again, this is a once in a lifetime, once in an Asperian lifetime opportunity to reset some mistakes. I would not count on this to happen again in the future. Another hero I don't necessarily need where he is Silas. But you know what? I love Silas. Silas and Isolde, my Isolde. I don't need Isolde. Isolde You So is the name of my Hunting Fields team. And our Abyssal team lately. Can you tell I play Graveborn in Hunting Fields? I can think of a number of situations where Silas comes in during events or certain variations of Twisted Realm or Cursed Realm. There are certain situations where my E60 Silas pays off. And, like I said, I love the guy. I don't think that's a good reset. Not like the Aziz is. My E62 Aziz is almost identical in performance to the mythic SI20 Aziz on my alt. And again, if I'm not happy when I reset him, I can always build him back. I can almost guarantee you are never going to want to build back that E80 Lucius. Not if you're the kind of person that's looking to reset him right now. That means you know you did something that at least isn't optimal. Some final thoughts that I have on the reset are that if I do swap Aziz for Kanissa and Rook, which I'm 55% sure I'm going to do now, I'm going to have to rebuild not only an Aziz, because I don't even own Kanissa and Rook right now. I'm going to have to pull a copy. I'll not only have to rebuild him, but then I'm going to have to build Orthros, or vice versa, but probably Aziz first, right? So that's going to put me even further away from building my Orthros. When you consider how far away that is versus swapping Flora for him, because, again, what do I need Flora for? Sure, some things, but like PvP is not exactly a free player's game. Whereas if I swap him for Kaz, which is, as I'm talking this out with you guys, I'm literally thinking that might be where I end up. If I swap him for Kaz, then I've got Aziz right where I want him. Maybe even a little overbuilt with the SI. It's a tough decision. You got to think about all the angles of it. Swapping Aziz for Kanissa and Rook will give me an E62 9F full T4 SI30 Kanissa and Rook. But it's going to be a long Challenger Store road after that. These are the things I'm considering doing with it. At the end of the day, it's a game, and you should do what makes you happy. And whether that's fun or it benefits you greatly, that should be your bottom line. But I would caution you to make a choice that takes advantage of the reset value of this swap, not just achieving something that you really want and it'll speed it up. I would urge you to take advantage of the reset of an engraving over the reset of just some ascension, because engravings you can't get back and they can be non-optimal. But ascension, in the longest view we could possibly take, is 5 stars for everyone forever. In the longest view we could possibly take. That's maybe a little far, especially for a free player who doesn't even have a single copy of Leofric. Or, what's her face? Vyloris? I don't even know her name. There might be a Celestial I don't have either. Is there a Celestial I don't have? I don't think so. I don't know. I hope that it gives you some ideas of ways that you could spend yours, and I hope that it gives you some other things to think about that maybe you hadn't before. Especially, where is it going to end up? Do I need Knisa and Rook at 9F? Do I need Orthros at 9F? I think the answer is no. Shoot, let's look. I mean, 35 haste for that ally? Okay, that's not bad. Hot tip. The best way to look up what the 30 and 60 engraving skills are isn't to go to engrave. It's to go to skills and come here to the bottom left and bottom right skills. The E30 on the bottom left at the bottom and the E60 on the bottom right at the bottom. And more often than not, these abilities affect these skills that are already here. Sometimes they have nothing to do with them, but frequently they're an extension of it. And if you're not here, if you only look on the engraved screen, you can't really tell if it's adding something new or just extending a little bit of damage. It makes a big difference. That's one reason that I've thought about not doing Khazard, because I don't know that I want to have Khazard at E60. I've kind of gotten rid of this line of thinking because the whole point is he's my favorite hero, so of course you want to have your favorite hero at E60. Who wouldn't? I mean, heck yeah, give me an extra 20% damage out of that badass ice dragon. He keeps an ice dragon on a leash. Like, oh, ha! We did a whole thing with Khazard on the stream just a couple days ago, the most recent stream. Yeah, so the E30 on Orthros just increases this damage that much. And the E60, ooh, engraves on Orthros, not good. Certainly not the kind of thing that I'm gonna look at as a free player. So I think that solves that question, although it was kind of already solved for me. Look at all the things that you're gonna be turning into that one hero into another, and make sure that every single point is going into a hero who you want that ability for. Because if it's not, you can probably make a better choice. Maybe not. Maybe it's your favorite hero. Don't rush it. And if you're not sure what to do, come check out the stream. We're on Twitch Fridays at 2 p.m. Pacific, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. Pacific, and Tuesdays at noon Pacific. I'm out here in Southern California. I'm Dangergrey, or Autolycus, and I hope that you enjoyed this first YouTube video of mine. I told my girlfriend I was going to make a video for the YouTubes, and she told me, ew, you're old, don't ever say that again. That really happened. We do have a really amazing community growing extremely quickly. We've only been streaming for 7 weeks. We've got almost 60 subscribers in a week and a half, and it's a lot of fun. So if you love this game, if you love the lore, and if you want a fresh free-to-play player perspective or a guild leader perspective, please come hang out. And if you're not sure what to do with this in particular, forget all that. If you don't know what to do with this swap scroll, I'm telling you, it's a once in an experience lifetime opportunity. Come hang out on the stream sometime. Any of those times I said, we're up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Just send me a screenshot and we'll pull it up. We'll talk about it on the stream. Do it for anybody that comes and stops by. At least now, you know, eventually, we'll be so busy we can't. Probably never. Finally, for the hero swap, I leave you with this. Ah, but one must always think before they act. Good night. If you do like some of what you see here or hear here, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button. Later this week, I've got a video coming out about the different reward exchange values for the Celestial Isles event. It's going to be our second video, and there's lots more to come. Discord that just went live 2-3 days ago, it is already hopping, and we've got a really big burgeoning community there. It's a great time. It really is. These guys are nuts. Everybody here loves this game, so come and see what we're about. You can find us on Twitch at www.twitch.tv/Dangergrey. But one must always think before they act. Gotta go, gotta go! You know, guys, I could swap my Aziz for Khazard here, and we could push right through this. I mean, I'm just saying. You want me to do it? Here's my thoughts, is if I do it, then I end up with a mythic Aziz, a mythic Aziz who already has 30 sig item, and frankly, I mean, I'm broke right now. Like, my free-to-play ass has, I have no red chests. I have none. Because I finished somebody and am halfway through with Aaron, and now suddenly feeling like I need to hard swerve over to Tamris. My do what makes you happy philosophy. A lot of you guys are. I like that. I like how common that is in players in this community, guys. I think that's like, I love how often you hear that, because any AFK player that's still playing for as long as we are, like, no matter how well you play, like, you have to play that way or you won't enjoy it. For all the Khazard lovers out there, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stop agonizing over it. I'm gonna enjoy this so much. You know, I already love it so much. Oh. I'm taking the favorite hero as a gift from Lilith. Woo. I may end up building Aziz back up though. What do you guys think? You guys think I should? Who cares? Doesn't really matter right now, does it? Well, there's no ceremony? Where's the graphic? Or don't they do like a, all it says is swapped successfully? I wanted fireworks, damn it. Fireworks enough. Let's see it. Oh! I want more stars. That's my first thought. I was like, ooh, he needs more stars. I need some more stars on him. It's still fragile. I love it though. I'm so happy with it. Thank you to Lilith. It's pretty great, isn't it? The fact that I mean, it's pretty cool of them. I don't think we should expect it all the time though. That was pretty, yeah. Yeah. Oh my god, how did I miss the conversation you guys have been having in chat? You know what? It's probably better that I stayed out of that one, I think, for everybody involved. Hey-o! And with that, we cleared chapter 46. Fuck, I was so into it that I didn't pause it. Oh, well, who cares? We did it. 46 down. Woo! What a way to go. Oh, it's pretty though. I tell you what. And I'm wearing my little hat for it too. Awesome. We're thinking we got to pull. So like I said, we got to think about resources in the very and maximum set. What's the word I want? So when we're thinking about resources, I think we got to treat this opportunity from a very macro perspective of, oh man, I can't think of how to phrase it. Shit. I can edit this. YouTube's great.